So, you want to become a truck driver, huh? Well, I'll tell you some steps on how to get to it. What's up, YouTube? 18 Wheels to Hell here, checking in and breaking rules already. As you probably noticed by the title, I've titled this as a MotherTrucking Tuesdays episode. Well, it's Wednesday. The fact of the matter is I wanted to get to this video yesterday, but I was just way too fucking busy. So, I guess if I can't cheat logs, I'll cheat video scheduling. Now, the point of MotherTrucking Tuesdays, I've decided, is either going to be rant videos about something that irritates me, or instructional videos, how-to videos, advice about things out here on the road. And I figured, what better way to start a video series with advice on how to start a career in driving a big truck. So, there we go. Now, you've come to the conclusion that you want to drive an 18-wheeler. Excellent choice, in my eyes. Come to that choice, you know, you're sick of the daily grind, you're sick of your 9-to-5 bullshit job that's probably not paying you much, and you know, you don't have much experience in anything else, or you know, this is just something you've always wanted to do. For me, it was both of those things. You know, I was working at a factory job, only making $400 a week, busting my fucking ass, working third shift. It was brutal. And, you know, ever since I was a little boy, I wanted to drive a truck. So, you know, I figured the time was right. I was a new father, and I needed to find some way to support my family. Because making $400 a week, it wasn't going to cut it. My wife was real sick at the time, so I didn't want her working. So I had to make a decision, and the decision led me to where I am today. Now, first things first, and this almost screwed me. You want to make sure you have a good driving record. When I was younger, I had a lot of tickets. I had a license suspension, a lot of 15 and overs. You know, I was reckless when I was younger, and you know, I had to wait a little while, and I almost didn't wait long enough to be able to pursue my dream of driving a truck. So you want to make sure your driving record's clean. You also want to make sure that you can pass a piss test. I mean, if you're, you know, I don't care what people want to do with their lives, with their bodies, but you can't piss dirty and drive a big rig. It's just, it doesn't work. That will automatically disqualify you from getting your CDL. So with those two things in mind, and if you're good to go, move on to the next step. Next step would be, you know, researching trucking schools in your local area, how much they're going to cost you, what their reviews are. Now, trucking school lasts about a month. That's how long mine lasted. And you can either apply to a company. Some companies have their own driving schools, and I don't recommend this because you'll be contracted to work for them, and some of them don't pay so well. But you can apply to a company. Some have their own schools, such as Warner, Swift, I know Stevens does. I can't think off the top of my head what companies have their own schools, because I went to a private, a third-party school. Give a shout out to them, 160 Driving Academy. I don't know what they're like now, but when I went, they were all right. What they did was they had 3 companies that I could choose from, and I applied to all of them. And if you watch my first ever video on this channel, you know what company I got stuck with. See, they don't always give you the choice, and I think my driving record screwed me on 2 of them. I tried Transport America and I tried USA Truck. Both denied me, and I think it was driving record based. I'm not sure, but they've got companies that'll pre-hire you, and then you go through the classes, go about through a week of cramming your brain full of book knowledge, and they'll send you off to go get your permit. Come back with your permit, and then there's 3 weeks of learning how to drive these big sons of bitches. So that's pretty much how you do it. You can either apply to a company and go to their school, or you can go to a private school and get pre-hired. Now, when you get pre-hired, you will still be contracted to work for that company because they're buying out your tuition. CR England bought out my tuition, and I saw right off the bat, obviously with the first video on this channel, what kind of company they were going to be. Now, when I went to Werner said that they could assume the loan. I filled out a bunch of paperwork, and I was going to work for Werner. They were going to put $100 a week towards my tuition that I owed CR England. And CR England flat out told them no. So now I'm on the hook for all this money, and I'm trying to figure out how to pay it. So don't make the same mistake I did. Just grit your teeth and bear it. Work your contracted length out, and by then you'll have enough experience to go to a better company. Now, I want you to keep in mind that a lot of these companies, it's sweet talk. It's really what it is. Recruiters are nothing better than fucking used car salesmen. Jake Nell has a good video about this. They're dirtbags. They're gonna tell you all the things that you want to hear. When you get to your first company, you're gonna go out with a trainer. Now, if it's a halfway decent company, like when I went to Werner, you're gonna be in training for a couple of months, but don't expect to be paid well while you're in training. When I was at Werner, I was making the same amount pretty much that I made at the factory, except less. See, at the factory I was making $400 a week after taxes. At Werner I was making $400 a week before taxes, so you figure I was pulling $325, $350 a paycheck. And when you're trying to support a family and live on the road, that's just not possible. It was hard. It was a very hard month and a half, 2 months that I was with my trainer. But he was a great dude. If you're lucky, you'll get a great trainer. If your trainer expects you to back on your own, spends a lot of time in the bunk, doesn't teach you the ins and outs that you need to know, then you need to request a new trainer. I'm not sure, but I believe it is illegal for them to keep you in a truck with somebody that A, you're not comfortable with, and B, you don't feel is teaching you very well. Luckily, I didn't have that problem. My trainer, Will, at Werner, shout out to you, buddy, if you're watching this. We still keep in contact today. He's a great dude. Very good trainer. He's not training anymore, but... So, and also, do not expect to be paid well once you get your own truck, which, chances are, will not be a brand new truck like they tell you, and your recruiter will tell you, oh, yeah, everybody gets a brand new truck, you know, blah, blah, blah. Nah, buddy. Your truck is more than likely going to be anywhere from 1 to 6 years old. My first truck at Warner was an old beat-up Volvo. So yeah, that promise, that just throw it out the window. You're also not going to be making $40,000 a year right off the bat. I can promise you that. When you start, you're going to be making some wage like 27, 28, 29, 30 cents a mile. And, you know, you're going to be making probably around $700 to $800 a week. Now, to me, that was fucking excellent pay. Because like I told you, I came from a factory where I was making $400 a week. So I almost doubled my wage. So at the beginning, that was fantastic to me. You know, sign me the fuck up. But as you gain more experience, you begin to realize that pay is not very good. Especially when you're supporting a family and trying to support yourself on the road. You got to think about it. When you're living on the road, you're supporting 2 households. Back at home, if you've got a family, a wife, kids, you're supporting them. And you're supporting your truck, because while you're on the road, come on, get here. Your truck is your home. That's your house. Truck number's your address, so to speak. Now, if you're a single dude, which single man or woman, this is the best job you could get, because you're just going to bank all that money. All you got to worry about is supporting yourself on the road. But you begin to realize that 30 cents a mile, 31, 32, whatever, that's not very good pay at all. In fact, you're being ripped off. So what I would recommend is after you've put in your time, you've worked out your contract, or you've put in at least 10 months to a year at your first company, I would start looking for more reputable companies to work for. For instance, after 10 months at Warner, went to Crete. Now, because I didn't have a year of experience, when I went to Crete, they stuck me with another trainer, Tom. I don't know if you're watching this, buddy, but shout out to you. You're fucking awesome to be on the truck with. I was with a trainer at Crete for 2 weeks, and that's really just because they wanted to make sure I knew how to drive. That was it. When I worked at Crete, I again doubled my income. See, there's no real ceiling to wages in this industry. When I went to Crete, I went from 30 cents a mile and like an average of 2,500 miles a week to what did I start at? 45 cents a mile at like 3,000 miles a week. So I was, bringing home the dough at Crete. Crete sometimes does hire newbies, straight out of school. They do not have a school of their own, but every now and then they do take on, fresh meat, greenhorns, rookies. Sorry, I just came stuck in traffic here. Good old Chicago. Now, if you go to, like, let's say Crete accepts you, you can try applying for them after you've got your CDL. They're going to make you go through orientation, as any company will, 2 months of training, then orientation again before you can get your own truck. They're very serious about their training over there. They have a great safety record. They pay very well, and so they want to make sure that they're hiring only the best. Now, I mean, some dumbasses do find their way through the cracks, but that's another story for another time. So yeah, just to recap, I mean, I kind of rambled, so if I forgot anything, don't shoot me, but put it in the comments below. Well, we're going to recap here. Make sure you've got a good driving record. Make sure you can pee clean. Find a company that has either its own school or find a truck driving school near you. Go through the classes, get your license, work out your contract, do over the road for at least a year. If you're liking over the road, do another year. You know, your pay is only going to go up. Now, you can go local like I am right now, but I'm going to be honest with you, I'm getting kind of burnt out on it, and I'm going over the road again soon. That's when the videos are going to get good. But anyways, and just keep in mind that your training pay is going to suck. Your first, mileage wage is going to suck. You're going to be dealing with a company that just looks at you like you're a number. That's all you are to them, is a number. You might get lucky like I did and have, some great dispatchers that will do their best to take care of you. At Warner and at Creed, I had fucking phenomenal dispatchers, which, you don't always get. So yeah, clean driving record, clean piss test, get your license, stick out your contract, do over the road for at least a year or two, and then, you're only going to watch your wages go up, especially if you want to get a hazmat endorsement, doubles or triples endorsement, tanker endorsement. All those things come with more pay. I'm not interested in any of those things, so I stay pulling a dry van or a reefer. So yeah, there you have it. There's some steps on getting into the trucking industry. I wish you luck. Please have common sense. Listen to your teachers and your trainers, because they're only there to help you. Hopefully. Let another guy in over here. Dart driver. So yeah, I wish you the best of luck. If this video was any help to you, I know I rambled. I feel like I rambled. I mean, just squinting over here, it's coming at 17 minutes long. If this video helped you out, if you found it useful, please give it a thumbs up. Give me a subscribe. I'm trying to grow this channel. And see you on the road. Take it easy.